Hello everyone and welcome. Today's project is going to be a mermaid themed collar. It's my take on it. I looked up color palettes online for mermaid tails and there's quite a few to choose from. So this is what I've come up with. I am making this collar for Watcher. He's been doing some dock diving and he's just really in the beginning stages of getting his confidence to jump off the dock, but I thought it'd be kind of cool since I make collars to make him something mermaid themed. So this is going to be an adjustable dog collar. I will be using a Thane adapter for this collar. If you are not familiar with a Thane adapter, I will leave a link below. You can follow along with that link and I show you how to make your own and also where to get your supplies. All the cords that I'll be using today are 550 paracord. I have my double cow's hitch hooked up already with Turquoise. If you are not familiar with how to do the double cow's hitch hookup, I will leave a separate link below for that. I show you guys how to hook it up to the square rings that you can use for an adapter, or if you choose to make it with a quick release buckle, I also show you how to do that as well in the same video. So again, this is 550 paracord in Turquoise, and that's what the double cow's hitch is hooked up to. For the other cords that I'll be using today, I'm using one cord in Aquamarine Blue. I'm using a Dip Dyed cord in Universe, and then I'm using two other Dip Dyed cords in Floral. And I'll show you what these two Dip Dyed cords look like on the roll so you can see all the colors on them. So right here I have the Universe, and that's what this cord looks like on the roll. And then I have this one, which is the Floral, and that's what it looks like on the roll. The first cord that I'm going to be adding is going to be the Aquamarine Blue cord, and I am using a paracord needle. If you don't have one, it's quite alright. You can just melt the end of your cord, make a hard cap so you have something to push through. What I want to do here is I'm going to loosen up my two top double cow's hitches, and I want to go right through both of those cow's hitches, right through the middle. Bring this to the other side and bring the middle of the cord to the top of your work. The next cord that I'm going to be adding is going to be one of the floral cords. And what I want to do here is do the same thing. I'm going to go right through these two cow's hitches, right in between them. And I'm going to bring the cord to the other side and bring the middle of the cord to the top of my work. The next cord that I'm going to add is going to be the Universe cord. And what I want to do here is I want to go in between this first cow's hitch, and I'm going to go right in between that cow's hitch. I'm going to go underneath this first stitch going towards my left, the second stitch going towards my left, and then I'll come up in between that second cow's hitch. So I'm going to go right in between that first one, underneath that first stitch, underneath that second stitch, right up that second cow's hitch. So you're just underneath those two middle stitches. Bring the cord to the other side and bring the middle of it to the top of your work. And the last cord is going to be that second floral cord, and what we're going to do with this cord is we're going to go right in between this first cow's hitch again. Basically, you're just doing what you just did with the Universe cord. You're going to go in between that first cow's hitch, underneath the two stitches towards the left, and come up the second cow's hitch. Just go in between, underneath those two, just like that. come up the second cow's hitch, bring it to the other side, and bring the middle of that cord to the top of your work. Alright, so once you have your cords to the middle, you can tighten everything up, and I do suggest double checking your measurements just to make sure that nothing moved around, because it does happen. So you just want to, double check that. Also, you can roll up the ends of your cord. It does make it a little bit easier. I use rubber bands to hold them, and because I'm working with 2 floral cords, I rolled one up a little bit different than the other. And what I mean by that is the first cord that I'm going to be grabbing for the floral cords, I have here rolled up small, and then the floral cord that we put through the 2 stitches in the middle of the cow's hitches, the last cord that we put through, I rolled up a little bit bigger, and that just helps me figure out which one I have to grab at that time. I'm going to take my turquoise now on my right side, and what I want to do is I'm going to go underneath this first cord on my right up the middle, and then over that second cord on my left. So I'm going to go underneath, right up the middle, and then over. I'm going to take the turquoise on my left now, and I'm going to go underneath the cord that I just worked. I'm going to go underneath the first cord, but it's now on my left side, right here. Right up the middle, and then over that second cord on my right. So go underneath, right up the middle, and then over. Next, I'm going to take my Aquamarine, and what I want to do here is I'm going to take the one on my right, and I want to go underneath all my work, right up the middle. So I'm going to go underneath, right up the middle, and then down this loop that I made with the turquoise on my right. So I'm going to go underneath, right up the middle, down this loop. Now with the one on the left, I'll go underneath all my work, right up the middle, and then down this loop right here on my left. So take your aquamarine on your left side, go underneath, right up the middle, and then down that loop on my left. And now I'm going to find the smaller bundle of floral on my right side, and I have these 2 horizontal pieces right directly in the middle that you can pick up on. What you're going to do here is you're going to take your floral and you're going to go over and around and then right out the right side. So go over and around it, and then be on the right side of your working cord. Take the small bundle of floral on your left side now. You're going to go over and around these 2 horizontal pieces, and then you're going to come out the left side. So go over and around and out the left. You're going to take your universe on your right side. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to go over those 2 horizontal pieces and around and come out the right side of your working cord. Take the universal on the left and go over and around and out the left and be on the left side of your working cord. Take the one on, take your larger bundle now of floral on your right side, and you're going to just do the same thing. You're going to go over those 2 horizontal pieces, around them, and out your right. Take your floral on the left now, and you're going to go over and around and out the left, and then you can tighten it up. So I'm going to start on my right with my turquoise again, and I'm going to go underneath the first cord, right up the middle, and then over. I'm going to take my turquoise on the left. I'm going to go underneath the cord that I just worked, underneath the first cord, which is now on my left, right up the middle, and then over. Then I'm going to take my my aquamarine on my right side. I'm going to go underneath all of my work right up the middle. And then down this loop that I made with the turquoise on my right. Take the one on my left, go underneath right up the middle. And then you have that loop that you made with the turquoise on your left. You're going to go down that loop. And now I'm going to take the I'm going to take the smaller bundle of floral, find those two horizontal pieces right in the middle that are the turquoise. I'm going to go over and around and out the right. Take the one on the left, and you're going to want to go over and around but out the left. Let's go over and around and out the left. Okay. Wasn't very tight for there. Alright, now I'm going to take my universe on my right side, and again I'm going to go over those two horizontal pieces, around and out the right. Take the one on the left now, and I'm going to go over and around and out the left. Let's go over and around and out the left. And now for the larger bundle of floral, you're just going to repeat those steps. So you're going to take the one on the right, you're going to go over and around and out the right. And take the one on the left and go over and around and out the left. Okay, once that's done, you're going to just repeat the same weave. I'm going to start off on my right with my turquoise, and I'm going to go underneath that first cord, right up the middle, and then over. Take the one on the left, go underneath the cord that I just worked, underneath that first cord that is now on my left, right up the middle, and then over. Next, I'm going to take my aquamarine on my right side. I'm going to go underneath all of my work, right up the middle, and then down this loop on my right. Take the one on the left, go underneath, right up the middle, find your loop of your turquoise on the left and go down that loop. Now I'm going to take my smaller bundle of floral, find those two horizontal pieces, take that floral on your right, go over and around and out the right. Take the smaller bundle of floral on your left now and go over and around and out the left. Now you're going to take your universe on your right side. You're going to go over and around and out the right, and then take the one on the left, go over and around and out the left, and again do those same steps for the larger bundle of floral. So you're going to take the one on the right, you're going to go over and around and out the right side, and then go over and around and out the left side, and then tighten it up. I went a couple of weaves down so you guys had a bigger portion to look at, but this is what it's looking like so far, and I'm really happy with it. It's coming out very pretty. So I'm going to continue this weave all the way down the collar. When I get to the end, I'll show you guys how to do the tie off and what it looks like when it's completely done with the Biothane on. Okay, I'm at the end of my collar, and I am going to weave in these 6 top cords. They're the cords that are coming directly out of the top part of the collar. The cords that are coming out of the side part of the collar, I'm going to cut and melt where they are. So I'm going to be starting off on my right side. what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the floral cord that is directly all the way to the right side of my collar, and you have a gap in between your work and the two cow's hitches. You're going to take that cord and you're going to go right through that gap. You'll do the same on the other side for the floral cord all the way to the left, as well as the universe cord on the right and the left. You'll do the same thing. Alright, once you have those 4 cords through that gap, next you're going to take your floral cord that is in the middle, and you have I'm going to be using a paracord needle. You have a even smaller hole right here in between the two cow's hitches, and you're going to go through that hole with both of your floral cords. And I'll do the same for the other one. Alright, once you have that taken care of, we can cut and burn. So I'm going to be starting off on my sides. And I'm going to go about 1/4 of an inch, half an inch up. I'm going to fray them out. Then I'm going to melt them and squish them down with my butter knife. So I'm going to start at the top one. I'm going to squish that down. Try not to let it catch on fire. It does happen, but just be aware of that. I'm going to melt this one and squish that down. I'll do the same for the opposite side and for the cords in the middle. So what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be starting on my right side. No, I'm going to start on my left side. And I'm going to cut about the same length. I'm going to fray this one out. I'm going to hold the other cords out of the way. I'm going to melt this one. And I'm going to squish it down. And I'm just going to work my way going towards the right, doing one cord at a time and cutting it about the same length and melting it. And if you leave these other cords long as you go, you can hold them out of the way so the flame doesn't hit them. So I'm going to do that real quick. Alright, once you have that done, you can use the collar as is. You can hook up your adapter and be on your way. But I like to put a little bit of Gorilla Glue on my ends just to secure them in the spot that they're in. I use clear non-foaming Gorilla Glue. And I've been doing this since just about almost the very beginning of me making collars. So a couple of years now. And I'm going to just put a little bit on the ends that I melted and on the side as well that I melted. It is waterproof, so it won't come off in the water on, it won't come off on your dog if they go swimming or get wet. So, and like I said, I've been doing this since almost the beginning, and I've never had any complaints that my stuff has come apart that I know of. Alright, so I'm going to let this dry, and then once it's dry, I will show you what it looks like with the biothane attached.